The conflict between the Irish and the Vikings, also known as the Norsemen, is a complex and multifaceted series of events that unfolded over several centuries. The Vikings were seafaring Norse people from what is now modern-day Denmark, Norway, and Sweden. They raided and settled in various parts of Europe, including Ireland, from the late 8th century onwards.
Initially, the Vikings primarily engaged in raiding along the coasts of Ireland, targeting monasteries, towns, and wealthy settlements. These raids were often brutal and devastating, leading to the destruction of property and loss of life. The Irish, who were predominantly agrarian and decentralized at the time, struggled to defend against these sudden and fierce attacks.
However, over time, the relationship between the Irish and the Vikings evolved. The Vikings began to establish permanent settlements along the coast, particularly in areas such as Dublin, Waterford, Cork, and Limerick. These settlements grew into important trading hubs and centers of Viking power in Ireland. In some cases, Viking leaders formed alliances with Irish kings and chieftains, marrying into local noble families and integrating into Irish society.
The interaction between the Irish and the Vikings was not solely characterized by conflict. There were periods of cooperation, trade, and cultural exchange between the two groups. The Vikings introduced new technologies, such as longships and advanced metalworking techniques, to Ireland. They also played a significant role in shaping Irish urbanization and commerce.
Nevertheless, tensions between the Irish and the Vikings persisted, and conflicts continued to erupt sporadically. Irish kings and regional rulers sought to assert their authority and expand their territories, sometimes coming into direct conflict with Viking settlements and power centers. Battles were fought over control of key strategic locations, trade routes, and resources. 10 fascinating true stories of the Irish-Viking Wars. The raid on Lindisfarne in 793 AD. Viking raiders launched a devastating attack on the monastery of Lindisfarne, shocking Europe and initiating the Viking Age. This event signaled the beginning of a tumultuous era, marked by Viking expansion and conflicts with various European powers, including the Irish.
The Battle of Dun Nectaine The Battle of Dun Nectaine in 839 AD saw the Picts, Scots, and Vikings clash with King Ade MacNeil's forces, halting Viking expansion into northern Britain and indirectly influencing their activities in Ireland. This pivotal conflict played a crucial role in shaping the geopolitical landscape of early medieval Britain and Ireland.
The siege of Cork during the 10th century, Cork, a significant Viking settlement in Ireland, endured a lengthy siege by Irish forces led by the Eoganachta dynasty, showcasing the resilience of the Irish against Viking encroachments. The eventual surrender of Cork demonstrated the shifting power dynamics and the determination of Irish kingdoms to assert control over their territories.
The sacking of Armagh in 923 AD. Viking raiders plundered the ecclesiastical center of Armagh, inflicting widespread devastation and highlighting the vulnerability of Irish monastic communities to Viking assaults. This brutal attack left a lasting impact on the region, underscoring the ongoing tensions between the Irish and the Vikings.
The Battle of Tara High King Maelsechnaill Mac Domhnaill's victory over the Viking king of Dublin, on Lave Curan, near Tara in 980 AD solidified the hill's symbolic significance as a seat of Irish kingship and curbed Viking influence in the region. The outcome of this pivotal battle reshaped the balance of power in Ireland and influenced future interactions between the Irish and the Vikings.
The Battle of Clontarf The Battle of Clontarf in 1014 saw High King Brian Boru lead an Irish coalition against a Viking and Irish alliance, resulting in Brian Boru's victory, but also his death. Despite his demise, Brian Boru's triumph marked a significant turning point in Irish history, leading to a decline in Viking influence and the eventual unification of Ireland under Irish rule.
The founding of Waterford in 914 AD. The Vikings established Waterford, a crucial stronghold for Viking trade and raids along the Irish coast. This settlement played a pivotal role in Viking activities in Ireland and contributed to the enduring legacy of Viking presence in the region.
The Siege of Dublin The mid-9th century Siege of Dublin by Irish High King Maelsechnaill Mac Mael Ruaid showcased the resilience of Irish forces against Viking strongholds. Despite fierce resistance, the eventual fall of Dublin marked a significant victory for the Irish and signaled the beginning of a shift in power dynamics.
The Synod of Rath-Bresale in 1111 AD, Irish Church convened the Synod of Rath-Bresale to centralize ecclesiastical authority in response to ongoing conflicts with Viking settlers. This synod aimed to assert the independence and authority of the Irish Church amidst the backdrop of Viking influence in Ireland.
The Treaty of Windsor, in 1175 AD, negotiated between High King Ruaidhri Ua Conchobar of Ireland and King Henry II of England, effectively ended Viking power in Ireland by bringing Norse Gaelic kings under English overlordship. This landmark agreement marked the culmination of centuries of Irish-Viking warfare and set the stage for subsequent English domination in Ireland,